إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره نعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها فإن كل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار وإنما توعدون لآت وما أنتم بمعجزين. I praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and He's the only one worthy of praise. I seek His help, His guidance, and His forgiveness. I believe in Him and I trust Him. I seek refuge in Almighty Allah from the evil of our passions. Indeed, whomsoever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guides him to Al-Islam, no one can mislead him after Allah. And whomsoever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put him astray, no one can guide him after Allah. I testify, O believe, that there is no deity worthy of worship except Allah Rabbil Alameen, and I testify that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is his messenger and the seal of all the prophets. O Muslims, you must know that the best speech is the speech of Almighty Allah, which is the Quran. The best guidance is the course of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, which is his sunnah. The worst of all affairs is innovation and addition to the religion of Islam. Indeed, every addition to the religion of Islam will lead to hellfire. I adjure you as well as myself to fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with the best of your ability. Fear Allah and don't die unless you are Muslims. After this, I greet you all with the greeting of Islam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's good to be with you here, young men, and I think we have some young sisters here also, behind me. Is it? Excuse me? Yeah, alhamdulillah. This is sound good. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Muhammad Sayyid Adly. I'm originally from Egypt, thank you. Originally from Egypt. And I've been here in America longer than any one of you sitting here. Alright? That means before you born, I was here. Alright? Can we agree about this? Mm-hmm. Sure. Alright? I'll give you another prize or surprise. I have more children than all of you here.
Put together?
Somebody's using his mind here. Okay. Yes, I have more children, more than all of you. And this is a riddle. Who can solve it?
You're a teacher?
I'm a teacher?
Yeah.
You're close enough, but you are not giving the right answer. Second?
None of us have children.
Yes, mashallah, takbir. This is very good. But let's see how many people here. This is 3, 6, 9, and this is 12, and 15. No, there is another answer. Your answer is correct, and I like it. You sound to be smart guy. I have to be careful now. But in actuality, I have children more than all of you. Not because they are not married, but alhamdulillah, I have children more than all of you, even if you are married. Yes.
How many children do you have?
How many?
Yeah.
That's a good.
About 26.
No, like your blood children.
Oh, you're talking about my blood children. Or there is a blood children and skin children? I never heard about this before. Yes, this is my blood and flesh children, sir.
26.
At least.
MashaAllah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, brother, be careful now. We are not discussing wives here. We are not discussing wives here, all right? We're talking about children, brother. By the way, anybody want to know, or anybody know what I'm going to be talking to you about today?
Children's.
Children.
How old are they?
Excuse me?
How old are they?
How old is me? They? Any age here, I have the same age in my children. Okay, how old are you?
I'm 46.
Yeah. No, it's
I think you answered it.
How old are you?
Me? Not.
9? I have 9. Mu'adh is almost 9. Okay.
15.
15. Okay, I have Ahmed, which is 14.
My name is Adly.
Oh, your name is Ahmed? Okay, get a prize, brother.
Me too.
Which color you like?
Yeah.
All right.
Alright.
Did anybody ever told you what I was supposed to talk to you about? Seriously.
No.
Okay, hold it. Excuse me?
Bad chemistry.
Wait. Somebody said what mixing? Can you ever do a cake without mixing the flour with the milk and the sugar? How are you going to get a cake? How? Tell me how you can have a cake without mixing. But mixing what?
He said female with women.
Wait. No, he said mixing. I agree with you, we need to mix, but mixing the right what? Who's going to say it? Yes? Somebody said it.
Ingredients.
The right ingredients. What's going to happen if I'm making a cake and instead of adding sugar and milk and flour, I'm going to add tomato sauce? Oh yeah, this is the best cake I've ever been in America. Why are you laughing, sister? You don't know about how to make cake. Why are you laughing? Did you ever try to have a cake with a tomato sauce? No. So, she asked him, what kind of cake is this? It's not going to be cake, is it?
No.
It's not going to be the right mixing. So it says, yes, we can mix, but we need to mix the proper ingredients. Is it? Otherwise, in many things in our life, if we did not have the proper mixing, it can be what? Something very dangerous. I could not speak about it. Otherwise, you know, they recording things in the air and they can think I'm terrorist. You know, like mixing what and what? You know. Okay. So we need to have the right what? Mixing. Guess what? Islam is something so beautiful. So good. And Islam came for you. By the way, I forgot to thank the brother. And inshallah, the brother, I want to tell you one thing, really. You need to study more, okay, memorize more, understand more, because you have the ability, you have to stand in front of the people and talk. And this is one thing is very important, to be able to stand in front of the people. This is one thing. And mashallah, your tongue can go with no problem. So you have some kind of a good ingredients for giving da'wah in the future, inshallah. So try to develop it.
His joke was not finished.
Oh, what is joke? Did he make a joke?
Last night.
Oh, he's okay. All right.
What's your joke?
So, guys, before we get to our subject, let's be honest. Don't raise your hand. Don't say I, because you are not supposed to publicize your sin. Is it? Islamically. And even in this society, think after he steal, and the police say, who steal? Who's the one who tried to rob this convenience store? So it's going to do what? Put the handcuffs in your hand and take you. Is it? But answer yourself in your mind. And how many of you have girlfriend? Say astaghfirullah if you are one of them. No, say it. Oh yeah, okay. Only our Sheikh. Sheikh Hassan, you have a girlfriend? Me too. She's a girlfriend, but Sheikh Hassan is going to explain to us how he is having a girlfriend. Sheikh Hassan?
My wife is a girl, she's a friend.
You see? You see? Yeah, your mind jumped to the wrong thing right away. And my wife, you see, excuse me, because the rice was hot and so the S keep coming out. My wife. Anyway, my wife is a girl, yeah, that means she is a female. But if your wife is not a friend to you, this is not a marriage. This is a serious problem. So our Sheikh Hassan, on the racket here, he has a girlfriend. So now when you go to school and you have a girlfriend and your father tell you, how come, astaghfirullah, why are you having a girlfriend? What is supposed to tell him? So our Imam have one.
I thought you were going to say, look at you.
Yeah. So brothers, let me tell you one thing. Any of you tribes, you can answer this question because it's okay. But don't answer me about girlfriend and boy. Sisters? Or any sisters here?
Yeah.
Any of you have a boyfriend? Yes, Imam, but it's not boyfriend. So what means, sister? I mean, we only do homework together and they visit us and you understand, we talk over the phone, but we don't do this stuff like the kuffar. Oh yeah, oh mashallah, sister. Huh? Listen now. Any of you tribes? Okay. Brother, did you ever get this camera, brother? Okay, did you ever go to a gas station? Did you ever been in a gas station before?
Oh, yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you see a sign there when you go to pump your gas? Let's ask the sisters. Sisters, any of you read this sign that besides the pump of the gas pump, what does it say? Excuse me? Thank you, sister. May Allah bless your engine, inshallah. Why? Why is he asking you to turn your engine off? I want a smart person who doesn't take a smart person to answer it. Why is he asking you to turn your engine off in the gas station?
There are fumes all around.
So what is the possibility? Yes, sir.
Well, they tell you to turn it off because if you put the gas in, you
Can you please come and answer here? So you be in the racket, you be in trouble. All right?
Because when you keep it on and you put the gas in, you'll still waste the gas.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. You can give me the right answer.
There's
There's an answer and the right answer.
there's a
Okay.
risk of explosion.
Would you excuse me again?
There's a risk of
Can you please put so it can be recorded, so it can be understand, people can know why.
there is a risk of explosion.
Oh, and if there is explosion, what's going to happen? Damage, dying, with the car, other people's cars. Is this correct?
No.
This is what we're talking about. But believe it or not, our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu, told us about all these things long time ago. And there is something worse and more danger than engine and gas. Any of you go to public school?
Yeah.
Good. Especially you and you. Do you sit and eat fish and crack what you nuts and eat what you call this? What you call this stuff?
Sunflower seeds.
Huh? Sunflower seeds. Do you do this in your classroom in the presence of the teacher? Please don't do this. Thank you. Don't do this. Okay. So Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is concerned about us. He's not against us. Because Allah said, Bil mu'minina ra'ufur rahim. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he is merciful, kind, compassionate, especially towards the believers. The Prophet doesn't want any danger happening to you. You understand? He has nothing against you. As a result of this, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam had told us about the seriousness of gas and engine. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam telling us ما تركت فتنة أضر على الرجال ما تركت فتنة بعدي أضر على الرجال من النساء. I never left any temptation, any trial more harmful and more danger towards men than women. Do you understand this? So you have an engine running and you have a gas and the possibility that can be a fire and serious damage. The Prophet ﷺ told us إن هذه الدنيا حلوة خضرة وإن الله مستخلفكم فيها فينظر كيف تعملون فاتقوا الدنيا واتقوا النساء فإن أول فتنة بني إسرائيل كانت في النساء. Dunya, this life is green and pleasant. Can anybody understand my English? Do you understand my Spanish, guys? Huh? See? See? All right. ¿Cómo escribo? Nobody understands? All right. So the Prophet ﷺ said this life is what? Green and pleasant. Who doesn't like cars? Who doesn't like nice houses, jacuzzis, swimming pool, boats? Who doesn't like, understand this, what you call these cars that they play, or all these good things? Everything, many things is good in this life. Okay? But Allah made it this way to test us. Who's going to behave and who's going to misbehave is the test. If everybody play during the year, the school year, and after this you pass and you go to the next grade with no exam, does this make sense?
No.
So now the person been playing, watching TV day and night, doesn't go to school, and the person working day and night doing his homework, both of them are equal? Does this make sense to you?
No.
استريحوا جزاك الله خير. No. So Allah makes the life beautiful. And many things is beautiful in this life. Are women part of the things in the life? Are women, girls, are part of the things that in the life?
Yes.
Are they beautiful or not? You better say the truth.
Yes.
Some.
Yeah. He says some of them. This because you don't know that what is not beautiful for you is beautiful for somebody else. Is this true?
Yeah.
And believe it or not, all of them are beautiful. Because it's not how they look. There is something more than the looking. What about a woman that's so beautiful but so ugly, cursing, bad, everything, his tongue is so sharp? You could not. Yeah, right away say, yeah, you don't want this. You don't want a headache, man. Is it? You want a headache? So all of them are beautiful. So it's a test. Now, وَإِنَّ اللَّهَ مُسْتَخْلِفَكُمْ فِيهَا. And Allah put you in this life. فَيَنْظُرَ كَيْفَ تَعْمَلُونَ. Please pay attention. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He will watch and see how you're going to conduct yourself, how you're going to behave. فَاتَّقُوا الدُّنْيَا. Be aware of the material thing and be aware of women. Because the temptation and the trial of the children of Israel, the first trial was what? Through women. So brothers and sisters, let's be frank and be honest with each other. We like each other. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it this way. A man to be attractive to the woman and the woman be attractive to them. We could not deny this. Who can say, oh, I don't like food? Stop lying. Stop lying. And believe it or not, some people can be patient with food but could not be patient with girls or with boys. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made this chemistry, understand, or this what you call attraction among ourselves for purpose. because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants this life to continue for a time and to be generation after generation. So if there is no attraction to each other, it's not going to be marriage. And if it's not a marriage, no children. And if it's no children, no more new generation. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't prevent you to have a girl. Neither Allah prevent you or forbid you to have a boy. But it have to be what? In the right connection and the right way. So there is a right way and there is a wrong way. You go 95 south, you're going to be going to New York. And if you take 95 but north, it's going to take you farther away from New York, and you're never going to be in New York. You'll be wasting time and gas and energy, and after this you are not in New York. Is this right?
Yeah.
So Islam doesn't forbid men and women to get together, but the right way. And Allah knows about our weakness. So Allah had warned us. And believe it or not, start with your eyes. Look at this game, man. This is the only thing. Look at it. Look at it. Huh? Is this the way you say it? Look at it. This is all what start. Okay? This is the way how things start. So, brother, I'm only looking, but I didn't. No. You see, Islam wants to protect you. Islam doesn't want you to catch cold. Islam doesn't want you to get sick, has asthma, have a dangerous disease. So try to protect you. I'm telling you, قُلْ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ يَغُضُّوا مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِمْ. Say to the believer men to lower their gaze and protect their private parts. And also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, وَقُلْ لِلْمُؤْمِنَاتِ يَغْضُضْنَ مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِمْ. And say to the believing women to lower their gaze. Because like I told you, it's only start with looking. You learn how to keep your eyes down, you will save yourself a lot of headache. You are a human being. You're going to look, you're going to want it, and when you want it, and you could not get it in halal, Shaitan will start to keep working in you until you get it in haram. You're going to displease Allah, and you're going to be going in the wrong way. And this will be a person who kept the engine on while he's in the zone of gas, and there is a big possibility of fire. فإن معظم النار من مستصغر شرر وإن الجبال أصلهن الحصر. That as there is a poetry say that the great huge fire start with a little match. A little sprite comes, start big fire. The big huge fire start with what? Something very little. Is this true? And since these big mountains, its originality is what? Nothing but pebbles. A small sand, and after this a little sand became a mountain. Is this true or not? This is reality. We are not paying attention to this. نظرة فابتسامة فوعد فلقاء, and keep going to the end of the list. You looking? A look, after this a smile, and after this appointment, and after this meeting, you know how it goes. So it starts first by looking, and now you want, I only look, brother, I didn't say anything. I swear to God, I didn't say anything, I only look at her, and she look at me. This it? You start the trouble. And after this, the next day, it's going to be a smile. You show your teeth, huh? Oh, I shouldn't tell you this because maybe some of you doesn't know how to do it, and now they go to, hey, the Sheikh said, after you look, you show your teeth. So if you show your teeth, she looks out like, so she can run away. Okay, we talk to you about it, 1 second. And after you show your teeth and you smile, she smiles, the next thing that you want to talk now. Okay. And you throw you understand this piece of paper with your phone number, and she gave you through your sister, and sister give it to you, and all this foolishness and go games and, oh, I didn't say, I didn't. Huh? Before you used to fight with your sister. Now your sister became your best friend because she gave you the phone number to this girl that she was working with here. And the next thing, okay, relax. I will let you ask. You have a very urgent question? Okay. Come, bring your question. Come on. All right.
What if you only look at them one time?
Okay. We talk about it. If you only look one time, the shaitan will see. Yes. You know what? The shaitan see. Only one time. If it happens by accident, yes, it's okay. Because the Prophet ﷺ been questioned about Nazar al-Fajr. The Prophet been questioned concerning the surprising look. You don't mean it and you coming out of the classroom, astaghfirullah. So I said, I didn't mean it. So the Prophet said, turn your face away. This is. But oh, you look. No, I really am not sure. Her eyes was green or blue. I was looking for a blue. Oh, let me try to see the second. The second looking will be what? Yeah, blue. This is what I was looking for. I forgot, is she tall or short? You see, this the shaitan have tricks. And the more you give up, the more he keep pulling you, until the next thing you want to call her in the phone. The next thing you understand, you will go to play hockeys from the school, and you understand you want to meet her, and you talk to her, and the next thing you understand, you write letters to each other, and the next thing you understand that you are not in the school, you and her, and you go someplace, and you don't know how it's going to be. It can be a bad ending. So, do you like to have cake? Yes, but we need the right ingredients, the right mixing. If we do not have the right ingredients, believe it or not, it's not going to be cake. And nobody going to eat it. And maybe somebody going to slam it in your face. All right? And this is going to be what can happen. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam had told us many ways. Advise us لا تتبع النظرة فإن لك الأولى وعليك الثانية أو كما قال صلى الله عليه وسلم. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, don't follow a look after a look. You listening now? He said first, you only look one time. Is it? Hello? Are you thinking about somebody? I know that you look like this young, but I can see a little bit of mustache, a little bit hair in your mustache, and I know you are not young boy. I know how much. Okay. He said, because don't follow a look after a look. The first one will be pardoned for you, but the second one will be recorded against you. Okay? I want to tell you one thing. Especially, let me turn the mic or my direction towards my dear respected young sisters and tell them, you are a blessing. Okay? So don't be an obstacle in the people's way. All the Muslim women and the Muslim girls are blessings, something beautiful and nice. So don't be obstacles in Allah's way, in the way of the believers. Because when you are not covering yourself properly, when you don't have shame and be laughing in public, when you keep jumping and running in front of all the boys, now you getting their attention, and now instead of them thinking about their salah, about their homework, they start thinking about you. So don't, and the shaitan has no way to get the people better than women. Yes, I'm coming. You got it?
That's my question.
You want to ask a question? Do you mind to make it in the beginning of the lecture?
I just got it right
Oh, you got it just now? I mean, you got also something.
now.
No, it's okay. You can come. But no, you need to come into mic, brother. If you want to ask us, from now on, if you want to talk, you're going to take the mic.
I'm just saying right.
Oh, no, don't say this is a free speech, brother, free country, free all kind of stuff free. So people can see you in the tape, and also somebody will hear your voice. So when you go home, your mom will give you a spanking. Why you was talking this kind of stuff? You don't have to. Okay, don't worry about it. But all easy. Yes. Go ahead. What's your name first? Hisham? Oh, nice to meet you, brother Hisham. My name is محمد Adly. All right. Go ahead. You don't want me to disturb you again? Okay. So when you talk, I want me to listen.
Well, something you said, and I have a question about it.
Oh, you have a question about it. You want to leave it to after the lecture?
It's really fast.
It's fast? Okay. But you want the answer for it, is it? And you want the answer fast also? Okay. So what are you waiting, brother, for? Go ahead, man.
Like, you know, you said you can't.
Get out, Pepsi. It's not good. This for your generation only. Okay, brother.
But like, you know, you said you can't look at like a girl just one time. What if you go to public school? What are you supposed to do?
This is a good question.
You ever done public school?
You know what, guys, Hisham? Yeah, Hisham, you're absolutely right. But have a seat, Hisham. I really feel sorry for you, and I pray that Allah help you with this. This is sick. You know, my brother, really, my son. Let me tell you one thing. The blame is not in you, number one. Okay? The blame on somebody else, and I'm not going to start this trouble, but somebody else is responsible about you. And they was not supposed to put you in public school. Because really, can you imagine me? I don't know how to swim. Excuse me, sister. Sister. Thank you. Can you imagine me? I don't know how to swim. Okay? I don't know how to what? You know, here was the same, huh? You see? Oh, you feel this is You know, I don't know how to swim, alright? Guys, pay attention, really. Really. I don't know how to swim, alright? And my father or my grandfather or my teacher will take me and throw me in the middle of the ocean. What do you think what's happening to me?
Swim.
Come on, man, I told you I don't know how to swim.
You'll learn when you do that. That's
No.
how I learned.
Okay, so this is one possibility. Wait. This is a possibility, okay? Okay, so same thing, you don't know French, okay? And now I'm going to come and start talk French to you. I'm expecting you that you're going to understand what I'm saying. Listen, let's be reasonable, you understand? Let's be realistic. You never been taking swimming lesson, all right? And here I'm going to come and throw you in the middle of the ocean. Okay, let's say there is a possibility you're going to swim. What's the other possibility?
You're gonna drown.
Drown.
You're gonna get eaten by a shark.
So this is the reality. As a result of this, Islam talks about the environment, the surrounding environment. It's very important. I understand what Sheikh is saying. It's something serious. Because even if you do this, you have some girls, even if you walk like this, looking to the ground all the time, some girls in public schools, they have no shame. They will come lay down on the ground and say, hey, baby. What are you going to be doing? You believe it or not? She will come and approach you. Okay? Because she don't have anything called Islam or shyness, anything like this. So, putting you in an environment like this itself Islamically wrong. And whosoever put you in this kind of environment, they are responsible by Allah in the day of judgment because they supposed to protect you.
But what if you need your education?
Excuse me?
What if you need your education?
The first education is to learn about who's Allah. and the law of Allah and to live according to the way of
You know
Allah.
the basics of that, but you want to go to college in the future.
Okay.
What if you already know the basics?
Wait,
of
wait,
like,
wait. Brother, I'm telling you. That we have, you could not tell me, I want learn algebra and I didn't learn 1 + 1 = 2, I don't know even timetable. Number one, let me learn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 like this. No, you want algebra. You never heard about any math, anything. So the basic and the most important thing, number one, because this is the reason you are in this life, to learn about who's Allah and what Allah wants from you. This comes before anything else. Guys, I came to give a lecture. Okay, go ahead. Question and answer session. Go ahead, brother. So, but let me finish. So now you're telling me about the basic education. It is the responsibility of your parents and the believers and the mosque in your locality to create alternative for you and have an Islamic school. This is the responsibility. Okay? This is a big mistake being in public school because Islam talks about the right environment. And if you do not have the right environment, this is a criminal act. I'm not depriving you from education, but there is something more important than education is the environment of the education. This is what we're against it. We are not against education. We are against the wrong environment that you're in. If I don't smoke cigarette, and I'm surrounded with people who smoke cigarette, believe it or not, give me a week or a month, you will see me smoking, because this is the kind of people that I'm hanging with. I tell you what, get a leather. Do you know a leather?
Yeah.
And
I was one before.
grasshopper. Do you know grasshopper?
Yeah.
Get it from a farm, green area. The color is what?
Green.
Thank you. Put it in a sand area and watch it what's going to happen after 1 week. The color is what? Thank you. Why? Because the environment had affected it. So what about us? We're human beings. We have feeling. We have hearts. I'm going to be surrounded with all these girls, and I'm going to go there, sister. Go there, sister. Sister, I couldn't see so much stuff. Okay. You see? So, Ahi, you did not go with your short and run in this snow outside, and after this you tell me, brother, I'm healthy and I'm going to stay healthy. And if you or your parents believe this, I want you to wear a short and go outside and start, thank you, brother, and start running outside and see what's the next day. The next day your parents will be taking you to the intensive care. Why? Because the impact of the environment. You got it?
I got one more little question.
Sure, but the brother raised his hand before you. I'm sorry. I'll get back to you. No, you go ahead. No, okay, I go ahead. No, you go ahead. You go ahead or he go ahead? I can go ahead. All right. What was the hair here, brother? 5 minutes? Okay, we have to close, brothers. Excuse me?
Very important question.
Oh, very important question. Okay. But he's before it.
But I would like us to...
But no, he's before it.
Yeah, I'm not asking question.
Oh, okay. All right.
So we want to coordinate the question so that we maximize our time. So if you have questions, let's see your hands up. And we give you numbers.
Number one.
Number 1,
Okay.
number 2, number 3,
Smart.
number 4, number 5. Then afterwards, if you have questions and you just remember, number 6, number 7. So if you have questions after these numbers, you go number 8 and on and on. So inshallah, number 1, Sheikh.
Number one. Anybody understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
We have no problem to have a cake. But we want the what? The right what? What is the right ingredients? Anybody know it? Allahu Akbar. Takbir. Allahu Akbar. Marriage. Get married. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "What ya ma'ashar al-shabab, man istata'a minkum al-ba'a falyatazawwaj, wa man lam yastati' فإنه له وجاء, فإنه أغض البصر وأحسن للفرج, wa man lam yastati' فعليه بالصوم." Oh young men, Those who have the means to get married, let them what? Let them get married. And those who don't have the means, let them fast. So is Islam against marriage?
No.
Is Islam against you to enjoy a woman and a woman enjoy a man? No. But what Islam is against, that boyfriend, girlfriend, girls getting pregnant, no father, no mother, abortion, all these things, this is the wrong ingredients. This is the wrong ingredients. And wrong ingredients is not get you the proper answer or the proper solution to what you're looking for. We want to have women. Women want to have men. We want to have a family. We want to have children. We want to be happy. But we never can be happy while we disobeying Allah. Sheikh? Excuse me. What's going on?
We want to have, inshallah, different perspective. Our brother Nadir is here. He wants to address you. He's a new Muslim. How long has it been?
MashaAllah.
2 weeks now.
2 weeks now.
Allahu
So he will
Akbar.
address you. He lives here. Allahu Akbar. He will address you for 5 minutes and hear it from him, inshallah. Tafadhal.
Assalamu alaikum.
Please introduce yourself first.
My name is Ladarius Jackson. I've been a Muslim for 2 weeks now. I've been practicing Islam for the past 7 months though. Some ex-professional football player, played in the NFL for 3 years. And the conversation, the topic that is happening right now is a very important topic, especially amongst the kids nowadays. It is. I know a lot of guys have a lot of questions, and it's a topic that I feel need to get discussed at least once or twice a month through our kids. And I understand actually why a lot of you guys will have so many questions, and the answers, and I can relate to basically every one of you guys, because it's real bad out there nowadays, especially for our young kids. It's a lot of temptations and a lot of things that can take you away from your religion. But that's where that's where your faith in your religion, and it actually shows the belief you have in Allah. And I know that, like the guy asked, looking at the girls and in the public schools and things like that, you go out and you see it on TV. It's even bad on TV now. At the time on TV, when TV used to turn blue at 12 o'clock at night. Now they going into shows with the girls. You can put it on your phones now. You can download bathing suit girls and all kind of things, But this is a very important topic because it is something that can really destroy a generation. And as you can see and pay attention to what's going on, it is very much so destroying the generation amongst our peoples. Because in America, we have a very much so high divorce rate. And on top of a high divorce rate, we have a very, very high homosexual rate. So it is a topic that needs to constantly get discussed. I think that our parents need to be more involved and open to discussion with our kids. And questions y'all need to ask questions. That's people like Brother Muhammad, the Imam. There's a lot of people that can help y'all or you can always, come to me. But I understand exactly where y'all coming from. It's a lot of things I can't, right now I don't want to go into depth about my lifestyle, but one of the biggest things is you guys want to kind of do things outside of marriage, fornication or whatnot. Actually, y'all do that outside of marriage, you're going to get your feelings hurt. That's what the women's and the men, especially the women, the sisters. y'all gonna get your feelings hurt if you do fornication outside of marriage. Because you're opening up your heart to things and it's going to scare you. You're gonna call your parents, Mom, this guy did this guy hurt my feelings, Mom, this woman did this. So now we gotta resolve your feelings and you're not married, so it's a bad situation. And it's a lot of things that's really shaitan about fornication. It's a lot of diseases out there. It's babies. Now you have women, our sisters have to take birth control to not fornicate. You married, you don't need to take no birth control. So it is a lot of questions. This is a very important topic that is happening. So, inshallah, any questions, anything, anybody would like to have any questions, because believe me, I can answer all your questions to the fullest, and I know exactly where y'all going.
Inshallah, that's just a brief introduction to from our brothers. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to continue to guide him and give him more knowledge and understanding of Islam, and then make him one of the scholars, inshallah. So we would like to give back Sheikh Adly the microphone, and Sheikh Hassan too will be answering some of your questions. Now, this is the procedure. Number one, brothers, we ask questions, then we read.
I think I should check with Bassam Ferris. It seemed like he's coming to tell you time is over.
No, there's about 40 minutes.
About
What?
Takbir!
Allahu Akbar.
Alhamdulillah. That means you have opportunity to, listen to my advice, inshallah. So,
Last question, first question. Sheikh, just one question, inshallah. Sheikh Muhammad, he mentioned that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created women and created men, and he made them attractive to one another for a reason. And the reason is to continue this living, to continue on inhabiting earth and worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Sheikh, created that attraction so immense and so big? Why it's not just basic to continue that? It is a lot more than basic.
Okay. The answer now, Sheikh Hassan going to give us the answer, because we're supposed to make the question and he's supposed to help us to give the answer. Why, Sheikh Hassan? Why is so strong? This is what we said in the beginning. So the Sheikh was awake in the beginning of the lecture, alhamdulillah. You see, like I gave you the example in the beginning, that some people, they went to school, they did their homework, all right? And some people were playing, okay, basketball, soccer, whatever kind of game, watching TV at night, they don't care about homework. And the end of the year, everybody went from 7th grade to what? 8th grade. You think this is right? No. So it has to be some mechanism to show who is the true student and who is the false student. So everything الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا. Everything in this life is a test. The money, the property, men, women, everything. I'm a poor man. This is poverty. Is a test for me. He's a rich man. So this wealth is a test for him also. How he's going to conduct himself with his wealth? How I'm going to conduct myself in my poverty? Am I going to steal? I'm going to gambling? What I'm going to do? And what he's going to do? Is he going to share or not? So everything in this life, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it a means of test for you. And all what we need to do the right thing. How we know that we do the right thing? That we do it according to the way of Allah. Otherwise, he's never going to have the cake. It is not going to be a cake. You understand? Not tomato sauce. It has to be sugar and the flour and butter, and this is the thing to make a cake. You add something else, is not right. So yes, you can get a woman can get a man, but there is a way. And I want to let you know one thing. This is happening in the dunya life here. You can see it in America. Most of men, it happens also by men, they take advantage of the women. Okay? Because he basically spends some time with her, and after this leave her and go to another woman, and she may get pregnant, and after, she's the one who's going to be suffering. She's the one who's going to go through all this trouble. You see? So Islam wants you to teach you responsibility. Because as long as you have a free lunch, you're never going to be concerned. But now when you work, and when you sweat, now you know the value of this food, you're going to respect it. When it's marriage, now you're going to respect this woman. You understand she has rights over you. You're going to care about your children. But boyfriend and girlfriend, oh, okay, care, okay? Today you with this girl, tomorrow with this girl, and that girl she get pregnant, doesn't get pregnant, and after this have a children with no father, nobody care for them. Islam doesn't want this. Islam wants to give you the best in everything. And believe it or not, if we are not going to follow the Islamic way, the right ingredients, and only one way is the right ingredients, is the way of Allah. Because He's the one who created us, and He knows what is right for us. If we are not going to have the right ingredients, we are not going to benefit out of this life anything. It's going to be hardship, difficulty, and disease, and illness, and sickness. You heard about AIDS, you heard about all kind of illness coming out of this adultery and fornication, and lesbian and gays and all these things. Why? And after this, you go spend all this money trying to find a medicine and the cure for this illness. If they found the right ingredients and they have the right mixing, they are not going to be suffering. People about to die, they are not dead, they are not completely life in happiness. They're suffering what they had did before. So thank Allah for Islam. Be grateful that Allah gave you the proper relationship. And I'm telling you, if you did not have the right ingredients, you will suffer in this life and in the hereafter.
Inshallah, like I said, we will be reading, brothers will ask one question and we will read sisters' questions. But before we read one of the questions from the sister, I want to ask permission from the Sheikh to just let me...
It's a free country, brother, free speech, look.
Alhamdulillah, I mean, I just want to share this with you. I mean, I've been in your stage before. I'm more than 30 years old right now. And I've been like 16 years old before, like you know. And I still remember some of the advice given to me by elders. They still resonate in my brain right now. I still remember them now. And that's what I'm saying, that you guys are lucky to be here to listen to this precious advice. Please take them. They'll be very useful in the future. Now, what I remember is this. When I was young, someone told me that, you know, he was giving me kind of a parable. Back home, we live on kind of on parables, you know. Elders, they would talk to you, they would not beat you, but their talking will make you cry. You know, it's more painful than beating you physically. So we talk in parables. So he said that, you know, if you have an apple, you know, a ripe one, very nice one, it's hanging on a tree, okay? And there were two of them. One happens to be exposed, right? And the other one is hidden by, you know, the leaves covering it. Who can tell me what happens to the one exposed and the one that isn't exposed? Because of time, I will give you the answer. The one that is exposed will be, stones will be thrown at it, birds will come and eat part of it, insects, the bees. At the end of the day, it will be destroyed, it will be disformed, it's shaped. So when the right owner comes to pick it up, will it be happy? No. But the other one, hiding, covered, hijab and everything, and when the right owner comes, it will be what? Very happy about it. It will be sanctified, and even you will pray for it. You will thank Allah forever. That's number one. Number two, he said, if I'm in school, make sure I'm in school. Do not make this topic, you know, dominant in your brain. Don't even let it occur in your mind. Focus on your studies. My age between 16 to 20, say, make sure you get the best in your education. Don't let this be a distraction to you. You are there to study. When it's time for you to marry or to look at maybe, your future wife, everything, the time will come and Allah will make it easy for you. And make sure that you follow that. And I remember that time I was making prayer that Allah I should marry by 25 years old. You know why I said that? Rasulullah married at what age? 25. So I was trying to follow the sunnah that before that time I would not even think about, having maybe boyfriend, girlfriends. I was not even thinking about that. So if you keep this in your mind, it will help you. Now back to your question, if you go to public school, what do you do? Sheikh said exactly what, the reality. It's like throwing you in a big ocean without you, knowing how to swim. But in Islam gives you solutions. In all conditions you are. If you turn to Islam, you will have solution. Now this is my solution for you, and advice to say. We know going to public schools is like, throwing you into an ocean. Or let's say, leaving you without any clothing in the most coldest weather. Now what do you do to protect yourself? You put your more thick clothes, right? Thicker one. And what will be your thick clothes in a public school? Strong iman. Strong iman. Work on your iman. How do you work on your iman? Coming to the masjid, reading Quran, saying La ilaha illallah, reading books about Islam. This will increase your iman, and you can even face the most corrupt person in your school with a strong iman. So your solution now is, how do you work on your iman first? You are there by chance, by lucky, or by fortune of being in a Muslim school. But then Allah has given you another way out. Work on your iman. Make sure you read Quran. You memorize more Quran. All this will be like a weapon for you, like a shield for you when you go to that public school. You see what I'm saying? So don't just think you know the basics and what you still have to be there. If you read on those, if you work on those areas, then Allah will help you out in those situations that you don't have control over. So, inshallah, I will come back to you. Let me read one of the sisters' questions.
It's the same topic. It's like
I know, like I promised.
So we need everyone to go back.
Guys, thank you very much for your time. May Allah bless you. Inshallah, we're going to have another meeting. Thank you very much.
Between the two genders, and he was answering some of the questions there. We have some questions here answered by the girls, by the sisters, and they wanted the answers to them. Some of those questions are, I will read to the Sheikh, and the Sheikh, inshallah, will answer to the best of his knowledge. Question number 1. The sister says, what if you go to public schools and you deal with non-Muslim boys? What is the limit in a relationship with them? For instance, can you smile at them if you meet them in the hallway?
Again, I will go to the same principles that I talked about in the beginning of the lecture. ألقاه في اليم مكتوف اليدين وقال له إياك أن تبتل إياك ثم إياك. You do not tie somebody's hands, okay? And you throw him in the lake or in the ocean, and you tell him, watch, don't get wet. This concept is not acceptable, not by logic, not by religion. And I hope that everybody pay attention to what I'm saying. Not by logic, no common sense, not even by religion, not by any means. Handcuff somebody, okay? Throw him in the ocean and tell him, watch, make sure you don't get wet. Our children, they are not super. men. Not they are super women. They are a human being with feeling, with weakness, with emotion. You could not take a child, especially teenagers, boys and girls, put them surrounded with all kind of haram, naked girls, safe, so-called safe sex education, and tell them, watch, don't do this. So the concept of you being in school, mixed in school, non-Islamic school, is rejected Islamically. I could not see how you can survive there. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm not concerned about anybody be pleased with me, bring me again for lecture or not. This is not possible. You could not. You are a human being. You really want me to tell you what to do? Don't look at them, don't touch them, don't smile at them, have nothing to do with them. Say, okay, how can we be in the school and do this? So I said, your concept of being there Islamically is wrong. And we stated in the lecture, things start with a look. So now you go to number 2, not number 1. Number 1 was only looking. Number 2, نظرة فابتسامة. And mashallah, Sheikh Samuddin is more experienced, can tell you about all the shi'r. Okay? He say, he look, and after this a smile, فوعد, فلقاء, فيلا. مهلبية. Alright? So it starts with a look, and after this a smile, and after this make appointment together, and after this playing hookies from the school, and after this, the teenagers, girls getting pregnant. So, you are not even looked at him. A matter of you look at him, he look at you. Now you like him, he's going to like you. You're going to start from there. You are not going to know how to limit it. You see, I tell you something. Because I know something, I said something, and maybe will be disturbing some parents. Later on, they're going to come complaining to Jihad and Sheikh Hassan, why did he bring this man here? Nothing but troublemaker. You can say about me whatever you want. I'm not here to please anybody. What is it? All what you need to ask me, what is your dalil? What's your evidence? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu taqullaha wa kunu ma'a as-sadiqin. Oh, you believe, fear Allah and be with the truthful one. So this is the proof about the surrounding have to be truthful, Muslim, good people to be with them. The next evidence, the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ about the man who killed 99 people. ثم أراد أن يتوب فدل على فسأل عن أعلم أهل الأرض. Long hadith. In the bottom line, make a long story short, the man wanted to repent after he killed 100 people. The scholar advised him, he said, go to such a city and be with them. فإن بها أناس صالحون فاعبد الله معهم ولا تعد إلى بلدتك فإنها أرض سوء. Go and be in the company of these people. Worship Allah with them. Don't come back to the city because it's sinful. The surrounding, the environment, my dear respected brothers and sisters, is very important. Number 3, the Prophet ﷺ, I can give you a whole lecture about the environment. Environment is not something discovered by our society today. Environment is something we talk about it in Quran and Hadith, but sometimes we are not paying attention. The Prophet ﷺ said, كل مولود يولد على الفطرة فأبواه يهودانه أو ينصرانه أو يمجسانه. Every child is born in the upright nature, but his parents, why parents? Because this is the first environment child is exposed to. Are the one who turn him to be a Jew or a Christian or a worshipper of fire. So my dear respected daughter, who you are in the public school, you ask me what I can do. Can I smile or keep walking? No, I will tell you, ask your parents to keep you home and have a homeschool education, or let them get you a private tutor, or get a GED over the internet, and stay away from this wrong, haram environment. You could not fight. You are weak. They teach you a subject they call safe education, safe education. They call it education. So the haram been given a new title and now it became education. What does safe education mean? That commit adultery and fornication without having AIDS. Sorry for taking too long.
This is enough. Jazakallahu khairan, Sheikh.
Enough is enough.
I think this question is related to the same thing. What about men teachers whom we have to deal with? Can we, like, for instance, have eye contact with them when they're talking to us? Same thing, right?
It's similar. And tell me how many girls they did not love their teacher. Your teacher is not a prophet, is not a ma'soom, okay? How many girls they fell in love with their teachers? Alright? The whole concept of public school, it could not fit in our belief. Our problem, we are not putting the proper priority in our life. Like this young brother, he was telling me, what about my education? I will answer you again in a different way. How you can erect a building with no foundation? You could not. So the foundation, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. You've been created only to worship Allah. So fulfill the proper requirements as Abdullah and Amatullah. You are here to know Allah and the order of Allah and fulfill it. After this, tell me about education. And Islam is not education. It tells you about Allah. It tells you about His Prophet. It tells you about everything and tells you more than this secular education. You take it outside. But like I said, our parents, our elders, our mosques and centers, they are responsible to create alternative for our education. If you want to learn math and science and chemistry and all these things, learning is good, but you have to have the right environment.
Okay, Sheikh, let's see how you deal with this one. Well, we listened to your advice, and we did not go to public schools, and we graduated from high school. Now we have to go to the real life. How do we deal with grocery, with going to college, going to the store, going to the bank? How do you go on that?
Now you need to go to real life. Do you know what is real life is? You don't know. You're talking about the terminology that you are using is not the proper terminology. What is a real life? We need to understand what is a real life. Allah said, وَمَا الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا إِلَّا مَتَاعُ الْغُرُورِ. It's a deception. What are you talking about? You got your high school education, good. Prepare yourself to be a wife and to be a mother. This is what is a real life. The mission of a woman in this life is three. To be Amatullah, to be obedient wife, to be a good mother. This is your mission. And if you achieve this, you are in the real life. Other than this, you are wasting your time. Okay? And this is the problem that we have. We have girls, they finish so-called education, they don't know even how to boil an egg. They don't know how to boil an egg, okay? They can make their husband boil in their mind, okay? But they don't know how to boil an egg. So what kind of education is this? It doesn't teach you how to be a wife, it doesn't teach you how to be a mother. We have enough doctors, we have enough carpenters, we have enough engineering, but we don't have enough or even proper mothers or wives. And this is the reason the children of our generation, a big number of them is behind bars in jail. Why? Because our school never produced a mother. It produced so-called a man and something else look like a man, which is a woman, but she is not a woman, she is not a man.
So, Sheikh, basically you're telling us that women don't have to get education, and now they get married with a man.
Wrong. Sorry. I didn't say this, sir.
I know.
Okay.
But let's continue the question. And now they are stuck with a man who did not deal with them good, divorced them, threw him away. They have nothing to rely on. Their parents in a different country. And on another hand, here we have gynecologists. Women have to go give birth and everything by a male doctor, and there are no female doctor women to deal with this specialty. So guide us on that.
Give you a lot of guidance about it. First, I never said don't get education. And our religion based in education. And the first revelation is what? Iqra. But Iqra, what kind of reading? Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. Read the things which are related to your creator. Because if you miss this education, you miss everything else. Okay? This is the proper education. You need to be educated. Aisha radiallahu anha was so educated even in medicine. What kind of school she went to? Tell me. Alright? But listen. You know what? You need to learn the Iman. You need to trust in Allah. Ask your grandmother, can you please Akhi close these doors? Akhi, brother, hello, babe, sir, please, somebody close the doors. Close it tight. Ask your grandmother when she gave birth to your grandmother or your mother. What hospital did she give birth to your mother in? Alright? When the Iman get weaker, now we're going to need everything, and everything is not going to be enough for us. You try to tell me, you a Muslim woman, you are less in the sight of Allah than a dog and a cat? What does the dog, not the American dog? Where is the dog back home going to have birth? Where is the cat back home and the goat and the sheep get birth? An animal, Allah gives him the ability to have a baby without a doctor. And you try to tell me that every time your mother or you want to have a baby, you have to go to the hospital because your Iman is so weak. We don't rely on Allah anymore. Let you know that 95% of women who go to have birth in the hospital, they don't need to go to the hospital. I'll tell you from my personal experience, when my wife, in one of her births, giving birth, was nobody there after Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala other than my wife and me. I helped my wife to deliver the baby. I cut the umbilical cord and I wrapped the baby, washed the baby and wrapped it, gave it to the mother to breastfeed, and I was in time for my conference. Left the house and ran. This is something automatic. And guess what? One time of birth that we have to go to the hospital, the female doctor, which is not Muslim, no problem, have to run between 3 or 4 rooms because she has 3 patients at the same time. The moment that she left the room that my wife in and me, my wife is ready to give birth. And here I was the doctor again for my wife. And what is that? Doctor came inside the room, we already have the baby.
How much they charge?
Alright? So anyway, like I said, you see, it's like a balance. This is Iman, relying on Allah, and he's relying on the human being and everything else. The more that you have trust in the material thing, the more you're forgetting about Allah, the more the strength and the Iman in the doctor and in the hospital and all these things became. Many things, they keep every day discovering new things, and we're going to do this and do that and this and that. A woman just now, nothing wrong with you, but you have to go and lay down in front of the doctor because it became a habit, not out of a necessity.
This is a tough one, Sheikh. Why are non-Muslim guys more respectful and decent when it comes to dealing with Muslim women than Muslim men in colleges and at schools?
الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد, this floor is from the Sheikh Adly, and I don't want to interrupt his lecture. but I deemed it necessary for the sake of benefit. And we never know, a lot of people here, we might not have them here like this time. A lot of people came here because of the sweetness of the Sheikh, but I'd like to be like him, inshallah ta'ala, like Sheikh Hassan, Sheikh Mas'ud, and all of you. Let me just go straight to the point. Jazakallah khair. I don't want you to take the expression of the Sheikh out of context, because the time will not allow the Sheikh to go to Aba'an to explain in real detail and cover all aspects. So he's just trying to give us that which is beneficial. And just let it give us. It's just 1 minute, inshallah. So what I want to share with you, like Sheikh explained, that Allah Ta'ala revealed Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq, all these ayat about seeking knowledge, of course beneficial knowledge, and so on and so forth. We have to be very mindful as Muslims not to be in a seclusion, not to isolate ourselves. We live in the life of dunya. Our goal is akhirah. There is no question about it. But the fact of the matter that we live in the life of dunya, we have to know and acquire the sciences that will help us to be good Muslims. Not only, like Sheikh explained about salat and all other things, it is a shame upon us to relax and sit there. That is why the Prophet said, "Nabni kama kanat awailna, wa naf'alu fawqa ma fa'alu." Not even mithla ma fa'alu. We should try to look forward and do better. If you have a son or you have a daughter and they're not better than you, didn't achieve anything. To the point I want to emphasize just 1 minute, and I'm going to go away, inshallah ta'ala. Don't take the statement of the Sheikh out of context. We need, like Sheikh said, to create an environment to educate our wards, to educate our children in all aspects of sciences. We need to have a Muslim woman who can have a science to be a doctor, so that we will be better off instead of taking our women to kuffar. Not even women, but men. So we have to be very mindful to understand where the Sheikh is coming from. It is our obligatory, it is our duty to create an environment to educate our children. We need carpenters, we need mashayikh of our deen. If you have a doctor who is a female and you take your wife there, if you have to, because not everybody is good, you can deliver a child like mashayikh did, I cannot. So if you are in a state you cannot deliver, you're going to kill your wife. And if you do that, you are responsible before Allah. So don't say you want to do it if you have no way to do it. So at the end of the day, you take your wife to a doctor who is a Muslim, a man. So we have to educate our women. We have to create an environment to tolerate all of that. This is just something briefly. Allah Ta'ala.
Jazakallah khairan, Sheikh Samiddin. One also, not anybody to misunderstand our Sheikh Samiddin, what he said, that you sacrifice your deen for being a female doctor and. As example, in Saudi Arabia and some Islamic countries, there is separation between both sex, and women there, they study to be a doctor, to be everything. But in the presence of no Islamic environment, you could not push your daughter and say, we have no choice, you go and be a lawyer and be a doctor and be anything. So I don't want anybody to misunderstand also, my dear respected Sheikh, okay? And think that we can sacrifice our deen because this was happening nowadays. If you have a place like Saudi Arabia, and your daughter wants to be a doctor, want to be whatever, alhamdulillah. But don't tell me that you're going to put your daughter, you understand, traveling from Texas to New York to attend a lecture by herself, no mahram, because we have no other choice, and she's going to be spending the night there because she's under training, and all kinds of things that are happening, and the result of this will be a boyfriend and girlfriend and all kinds of things. that we sacrifice our deen. Priority comes, do what Allah commands you to do. Alright? But listen, in the absence of a Muslim female doctor, who told you in emergency you could not take your wife to a kafir doctor? Who said so? Tell me somebody. So for the time being, I'm not going to sacrifice half of the Muslim ummah and put them in the wrong environment, make them sacrifice their deen because we want a female doctor. But I would say, when my wife has an emergency, I will take her to the hospital. And if I would not find a Muslim doctor, I will ask for a female doctor, even if it's a kafir. And if it's more emergency, and it's no female doctor kafir, I will let a man look at her. Because it's a matter of a necessity now. But I could not. Every month my wife going for a checkup. Alright? Checkup every month. Even if the doctor is female and Muslim. It is wrong Islamically. Checkup, and she go and she open her two legs like this and she look to her private parts and all these things for something called normal checkup. Islamically this is wrong. So we need to put a balance in our life what we're doing. Islam is not against education, but Islam says do the education, do the business, do everything according the way of Allah. Okay? So I hope nobody will misunderstand me or Sheikh Sahmuddin, and also don't misunderstand Sheikh Hassan when he answered this question.
Did I answer?
Okay. What's the misunderstanding?
So I look at this one different point. What about sisters complaining here about interracial marriages? And she's saying that our parents making it very difficult. Isn't it from the deen that the most important thing in the man or in the woman is the deen itself? So does it matter whether he is or she is from a different country or a different color or different race? Why our parents are making it so difficult that they're not relating that to the deen itself?
Bismillah, alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Before I answer this question, I would like to remind myself and everybody here, including brothers and sisters in Sheikh and administration, with the story of the Prophet Musa alayhi salam, and when he found the two daughters of Sheikh. What caused these two women to come in public? قال ما خطبكما؟ قالتا لا نسقي حتى يصدر الرعاء وأبونا شيخ كبير. So it was a necessity for the two daughters of Sheikh to come outside in the public. Okay? Why? They said, our father is an old man. This is the job of a man. Earning the bread, bringing whatever is needed to the house. Or this is the job of a man. But he found two women. What's going on? Why is these two women outside? And he approaches them. What are you doing? Okay. So in a matter of a necessity, it's a different story. But we don't have a necessity. Now our daughters could not be mixing between men and traveling from state to state and having a project to do with other men and a kafir man and be sacrificing their hijab and combining their prayer and all these things to be a female doctor or a female lawyer or whatever she wants. She wants to be Amatullah, number one, and she needs to be a good wife, and she wants to be a good mother. And like I said, Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, she had enough knowledge about medicine, and she did not go and mix or mingle with a haram area, haram people. Now, my dear respected sister who asked me this question, this is nothing but a culture, a blind culture. With all respect, it's a blind culture, okay? The white could not marry the black, and the black could not marry, and the Shafi'i could not marry the Hanafi, and the Hanafi could not marry from the Maliki, and the Arab could not marry from Bangladesh, and Bangladesh could not marry from America. This has nothing to do with Islam. And this is nothing but asabiyya, tribalism. And the Prophet ﷺ said, دعوها فإنها ممتنة. leave it alone, stink. Okay? There is no superiority for Arab over non-Arab, or black over white, or anybody over the other. Inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. The most honorable among you in the sight of Allah, those who have more taqwa. Those who have more taqwa. So, for somebody, and the Prophet ﷺ is warning us against this what's happening nowadays. إذا جاءكم من ترضون دينه وأمانته فزوجوه إلا تفعلوا تكن فتنة في الأرض وعذاب أليم أو فتنة في الأرض وفساد كبير أو كما قال صلى الله عليه وسلم. If a person comes seeking marriage out of your daughter, and you are pleased with his amana, with his deed, with his behavior, give him your daughter in marriage. Otherwise, you're exposing yourself to a trial and fitna and punishment from Allah. So whatever your parents are doing, if they do it, is nothing but a blind culture, has nothing to do with the deen.
طيب الشيخ الله سبحانه وتعالى يقول من آياته أن خلق لكم من أنفسكم أزواجا لتسكنوا إليها. The purpose that the reason Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created women for men to marry, to accomplish the peace and the serenity and a good life together. If you marry someone outside for instance, your region or your country, the job that's supposed to have there from the marriage, which is to have the harmony, may not be there because of the habits of the people are different. And we know in marriages it's even recommended to marry women from the same class and such in order to have the harmony. So if the people are not really prejudiced when it comes to that, but they want to have the marriage, they want the marriage to continue, because you want to establish that harmony, and it's better to, and it would be much better to have that harmony from the same country where you're from, with the same race that you are from. It's not because the prejudice. How do you put it?
Are we reading the future? Are we reading the future? And I don't want anybody to tell me, oh, because I'm. And who will guarantee also that the Arab man or the Pakistani man or whatever man that come in the same culture of my daughter, that life will be in harmony with them? You could not even see harmony between two twin sisters. You could not see them, they like the same thing, or two brothers, or a brother and sister from the same family. This one they like hot spice, this one person. My brother, he could not eat without hot spice. If you cook in the kitchen and I'm sitting in the living room, I smell it, my eyes, my teeth comes out. With two brothers from the same mother, the same father. So this, it doesn't hold any water in my personal opinion. Okay? And I think this is like a sitar or a veil that somebody tried to hide behind it to say, oh, because and because. Because the same thing, what guarantee that why a lot of Arabs, as example, who married from the same country, from the same culture, they have a divorce. And basically the common thing about us
better from the same country than other countries.
It's maybe, but what guarantee? What guarantee? But I tell you from my personal experience, because I'm a man here, been in America for the last 32 years, how many marriages that I have performed, how many family consultation and divorce I sat in it. Basically, 99% is not this, because it's a culture issue, nothing else. Especially if the girl come and say, I love him, or the boy say, I love her, or you understand that both of them understand, knowing something about each other. This is already something to say that there is a good possibility for this marriage. Same thing that we come about somebody because he's not making $7,000 and $8,000 and $10,000 a month, say, oh, we'll try to find an excuse, but we say, no, my daughter is still too young for the marriage. But in actuality, it's because the money that he's making is not good enough. Or he's not a PhD degree, he's a master's degree, or whatever. But if somebody, for this reason, Inshallah, hopefully that this is not the same. And for the daughter and the brother to be patient with their parents and to pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give them better than what they face. But if Allah knows what's in our heart, if we try to hide behind a reason that why we're not giving our daughter to this man, this is something terrible. This is something terrible. Alhamdulillah, I have one of my daughters married to somebody from Russia or Uzbekistan. I have one of my daughters married to Afro-American brother. I have one of my daughters married to an Arab. I forgot what is the other daughter's married to, but I can. It's not the time to start to think about it, okay? I forgot it, but I'll tell you later, you understand? So basically I will see the person. Does he go to the masjid? Does he make his salah? Whatever it is, I check his deed. If this, I don't ask him what kind of, how much money you making, or say, listen, we have two gates, the front gate and the middle gate. If you pass the first gate, this is your business. The first gate is me as a father. If I'm happy with your deed, now I'm going to make a meeting between you and my daughter. You discuss everything, I'm only sitting listening. And if you agree about it, I put Bismillah on it. That's it.
You read the Fatiha?
No, brother, I don't bring now innovation.
You jumped one question. That's the last question, inshallah, referring to that, which is why do Muslim men are more of a problem to Muslim women in colleges and schools and have less respect to them than non-Muslim men? Yeah, most of the problems Muslim women meet and face and complain about is Muslim men.
Allah knows best before I say anything, but this is related to the taqwa of those people, the level of their iman. Because some of them, they look even down upon a Muslim sister that doesn't want to shake hands with him, or she's covered, and he considers that since she's in America, she's supposed to forget about her belief. And because he is not given the right picture about Islam, and he feels embarrassed to see a young girl, 17, 18 years old, doesn't want to shake hands with him or come with him to the school, or she doing something that everybody knows that he is supposed to be from overseas or that he's Muslim, but he never practiced it. And also, the concept of believing that Iman in the heart has nothing to do with your looks, and which is the wrong concept, okay? Or she don't have to be covering, or she don't have to be doing this and that to show that. But the people who are not Muslim, they really give you a great respect that you are holding to your deen. Doesn't matter if they agree about your deen or not, they respect you because they respect the people who hold into their culture, or to their belief, or their whatever it is that mean they honor something like this. But this man, he feels and understands that it's not necessary for him to be doing this. So as a result of this, out of embarrassment for him, out of not enough fear for Allah, he doesn't show respect for the girls, and Allah knows best.
So my own question, you said you have two doors, front and middle.
Yeah.
As far as we know, we have two doors, front door and back door.
Okay.
So you have a middle one.
Yeah, but we don't have exits, because when you get in, no out. So the first door is me, the second door is my daughter, okay? So does that mean if he got a visa to enter from the first door, so now he don't have to worry about me, because this will be my daughter's decision. They can agree about it, or they can compromise, or they can leave. So the second door, that means you have two obstacles to get married. One is me, which I'm the father. The second obstacle is the daughter. So I'm trying to put him in his mind from day one, don't worry about me if you pass me. And don't worry about even coming asking my daughter, all right? And I'm not going to encourage anybody because both of them done already. You have to wait for Arwa and Marwa, which both of them are 4.5 years old. Okay? But the big ones, they already been attended, alhamdulillah. or the next one will be maybe after 3 years, and the next one will be after 4 years, and the next one will be after I forgot. العدد في الليمون، لو تعرف الكلمة دي يعني ايه؟ اسأل سهل الدين هو يعرف مصري. العدد في الليمون.
Right. Since you have 2 doors, I'm trying to see what door would you classify this. Can a Muslim man who's really looking for marriage approach a Muslim woman in college, for instance, and ask her for the phone number because he wants to, like her father's phone number, because he wants to call her parents and ask her that? Is this any of the doors that you believe in?
I will say, if the brother have no other choice and have no other means, as example, if he have one of the guys or the brothers, Muslim brother, with him in the college, and he knows that this is his sister, or he knows the phrase, that means if there is a way can be done without him approaching her directly, I will appreciate to do this. Okay? But if you have no choice how to ask her this or how to send this message to her except to approach her, I will advise him to lower his gaze and to apologize to her before he approaches her, and if he can find it even in a better way, to write it. I say, excuse me, my sister, assalamu alaikum, I'm sorry, but I don't mean to disturb you, but if you don't mind, I need your phone number, inshallah, to your father to get in touch with him. Not to carry conversation, not anything else. Because basically,
What if she says why?
I would like to get in touch with your father.
What for?
I'm interested. And not to continue now in discussion, okay? Okay, brother, what do you mean interesting? I want to get married. What do you like about me, brother? No, sister, see. But you know what? So we don't want to drag it. We don't want to drag it.
What if she tells you the first door is me?
So this is a good sign for him to make a U-turn and not to come back. Make a U-turn and put your foot all the way down on the gas and boom, and don't come back. Because a daughter who believes she is the first door to be approached, this is not the right one that you want to have here. Alright? Yes.
So one of the sisters says that she was approached by a non-Muslim who was really interested in Islam. He asked her for some information, she doesn't want to waste that opportunity. What do you suggest for her? I mean, he wants to become a Muslim. Can she get him tapes or books or tell him the Shahada?
Right. Like I said, okay. Make the clear, don't forget this. Yeah. Arabic Fatha. You see, I'll be scared really because these things, you understand, the Shaitan will approach each one of us in a different approach. He will approach you as a businessman different from the way how he approached me. You understand? So don't think because you call me a sheikh that the Shaitan could not attack me. But the Shaitan, he is so smart. So he will have to come with a different approach to me. Alright? So we don't encourage this kind because he already planned something for you or for him. So if the sister can avoid this totally, alhamdulillah. If not, she has to use the minimum and make it clear to him. Tomorrow, I tell you, the next day she will come to the mosque, get Sheikh Hassan business card, brother, this is the place, call the brother and tell him. And now forget about this opportunity, it's not by looks. It's not by looks. Because you as a Muslim sister, you have to give this person a chance to make sure that he didn't come for Islam because you. And that he's going to stay in Islam for a while. And that he's going to be qualified to marry you because you don't need a babysitter. A woman who accepts a husband for him to be a babysitter, this is not a successful marriage. Do you know what I mean by babysitter? You're going to be his teacher. You're going to be, understand, pacifier for him. It doesn't work like this. You need somebody who will lead you. You need somebody to be imam for you. You need somebody to educate you. You don't need to be, you have a master's degree and getting somebody from kindergarten, you understand? It doesn't work like this. It's danger. It's danger. I don't suggest this marriage. I'm not going to say it's haram, but I advise you. You have a master's degree in economics, don't get in somebody still in kindergarten, he doesn't know even to add 1 + 1 = 2 and 2 × 2 = 4 and 4 is 8. Don't do this, all right? Because you're already here, you're already there. And this is very bad. You need somebody to be a leader and a guide for you. And this is the next comment from Sheikh Adly, so nobody misunderstand me. لا حلف لازم ابدا لا انا اللي هاذن. مين اللي قال اتق الله؟ اللهم اجعلني من المتقين. تعال اصل
Just one last question before I end, inshallah.
انا اللي هاذن.
We'll make a contribution.
Okay.
And that consultant. The last question is one sister, a man wants to marry her. She liked him, his religion is good, his manners are good, everything is good. But her father is refusing that marriage based on ethnicity, based on he's not from the same country, whatever the reason is. Everything is there Islamically. Can she marry him without the permission of her father, who told her, if you marry him, that I disown you, you're not my daughter. And we conclude with that.
All right. According to Islamic law, yes, she can, but I don't think she can do it here in America. We don't have this authority. Islamically, yes. If you are living in Jordan or you live in Kuwait or wherever, you can take your case to the Islamic judge, the Islamic court, and present it there, and he can take care of this case. And if he found everything, yes, he can give you in marriage. He has the authority in Islamic countries, he can do this. But here, I think you understand we have to be very careful to do this. So what I tell the sister, be careful. Fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a test for you. And you have 2 choices. Okay? Or you should do the following. Make qiyam al-layl. Make tahajjud prayer. And really get down in your knees with all your ability, tears and words, asking Allah to change the hearts of your father. Secondly, you have to understand, with patience, you get the maximum of your reward. Don't break the relationship between your father, and you don't think that sabr only in time of calamity when somebody died. Sabr also to be patient with your husband, to be patient with your parents, to be patient with those people whom Allah command you to be obedient to them. So you are not a loser. And you can say the dua, Alhamdulillah, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, Allahumma ajurni fi musibati wa khlif li khayran minha. Sister, believe me and trust me. If you take these 3 means, you're never going to be a loser. Qiyam al-layl, sabr, and say this dua. And if you do not get this man, you will get it better than him. And I swear to you by Allah, believe me, try these ingredients, and you're going to be enjoying your cake soon, inshallah. ملك ولا كتابة؟ هو ايه؟ افتح على مين؟ افتح علينا كلنا، ملك ولا كتابة؟ لا مكانك تحمدي. انت عارف شيخ. اصبر بس. جيب تعريف يا شيخ. جيب تعريف. لا اهو ملك ولا كتابة؟ ملك ولا كتابة؟ الكافر ولا البرد؟ الاثنين؟ يا الله فور. ملك ولا كتابة؟ وين؟ See how Muslims can treat each other. Even Imam, if they do this, brother is the head of their brother. سبحان الله. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. Brothers, 1 second, please. What I say, if it's according to the book of Allah and the authentic sunnah of Rasulullah, Alhamdulillah, is by the guidance of Allah I say this. If not, if I made mistake in anything that I say, this from me and from the shaitan, and Allah and His Messenger is free from what I said wrong. And I will appreciate that anybody heard something, believes that is wrong, please correct me publicly or in private. Okay? Correct me and tell me why, not because culture, because your opinion. Show me from Quran and Hadith, and I will be very grateful to you, inshallah. Jazakumullah khair.